Hello my succulent friends, how are we all? So what am I doing today? Today I'm really trying to motivate myself to get into sell some of my stuff mode, and so I was in a bit of a conundrum. Do I make a video or do I focus on trying to get some money in? And I thought, well, maybe I can do both. So here I am. I've gotten this tray out. This is not a top shelf tray. This is a second shelf tray. And you know, talking the lingo, right? If you sort of have a few propagations, you understand that top shelf is where they get more light, they get more water, etc. So I'm not too feel a little embarrassed. It's not a great looking tray of stuff, but it just needs a little spruce up and definitely some heavy watering. And the rain has eased off here. It's kind of a pleasant day now, so I thought I'd pull out a few trays and sort of, you know, work up into finding my gear again for selling. This is a nice little crest in there. These lower leaves are dehydrated for sure. You see, that is a grim one. Yeah, so I thought I might try and spruce them up a little bit. Well, not, you know, just get rid of the dry leaves, and then I'm going to do some water therapy. So basically I'm just going to water the shit out of them and then come back in a couple of days, and the ones that I've sort of eyeballed to potentially sell, if they've hydrated well, then I'll, you know, narrow down the candidates. And also I want to, where's my brush? Bloody hell. There it is. I want to do a good look for mealies, because selling plants with mealies is a no-go. Not good at all. And I did treat these at the start of summer. It was a marathon. It took me 2 weeks to get through all the trays and do stuff. So it's a good couple months now. So that one I'll definitely won't be selling. These are Echeveria. Now it's got a cutesy Korean name. I'll insert it. Let's see if I can remember. Succulent or something like that. And it is a hybrid of the elegance. Elegances throw pink flowers. These throw yellow flowers, and but it definitely offsets really well, like the elegance. Look at this poor thing. It's so dehydrated. Probably be good to take all the babies off, but I'm thinking I might try and plump it up first. If I can plump it up, it'd look quite pretty. Somebody would really love it with all these offsets. There's a lot of root action in there happening too. Now, I probably won't film all doing everything, because it'll just get too boring and mundane. This is really stressed pink because I have been ignoring it. Trin it mean. Lots of air roots. Don't know about that one. And it might just end up being one where I take all pups off and start again. But it's definitely an attractive Echeveria when it's got a few offsets, boy. I have watered it, but I don't know, sometimes when you got the hose and stuff and you're going around trying to water everything, especially on these lowest shelves, it's hard to hit them properly. Yeah. I don't think any of these at this point are at the level I'm comfortable selling. I really just sell the best of the best, and you know, they're not always on point. Yeah, sorry, having a look in there. That's not too bad. So what's crack-a-lacking with you guys? Should actually put my tray there, be a bit neater. Yeah, I've ordered a few things I was going to talk about. Don't know. You know, before a video I have sort of a plan in my brain. Oh, I'll mention that, talk about this, and you know, I could take notes, but I'm not going to stand here with a bunch of notes to the side of me having a chat. And so here I am, and it's all slipped out of my brain. It will come back. This one's quite pretty. It's not that dehydrated. I think you guys will find it interesting when I give them a good watering. We'll come back and see how much they've plumped up. So that's just a little offset there. I've actually got these in my, I think you can use to my terms for my different sections that I grow in. So my full shade, no, my full sun pots, I've got 2 big pots full of these, and if you compare these to those, they look a lot different. What's the other parentage other than the elegance? I think it's how do you say it, Polydonus or something? It's an Echeveria. From my research, from my memory, it's a while ago. It's not one that I have. I don't have it now. I may have had it in the past. It gets red edges, and so you can see that this is stressed. Since this is stressed, you can see that it's got that tendency from that part of the parentage, which really just makes it a really lovely combination. But it does look like a different plant and different conditions and seasons and so forth. Maybe right about now I'll insert a picture or a photo of the other pots. You'll see it and you'll go, oh yeah, I've seen those on her things. You can see the difference with them. I do need to go through those pots and take out some of the extra heads that have grown in them, but I can't until I clear some space. So this is one of the reasons why I need to sell some stuff. Oh, there's a lot in there. I haven't really spotted any mealies. I'm not looking insanely close for them. I'll do that later on the last check before, as I select some stuff. Look at this, it's out of control. This would probably do well if I took some of the babies off. Again, I'm space poor. Where am I going to put all these babies if I take them off? So I'm just going to try and get these to get a good watering first. We'll start with water, and then we'll evaluate from there. Just a few more. Got so many roots in there. So from the comments from my last video, it seems like you all enjoyed a bit of a informal walk around and showing you a few things. I did comment that I don't like doing it. It's more because, you know, there's a humble part of my brain like, really? Do people really want to see this? I guess you guys do. So I don't mind. I just sometimes, it's a little bit show-offy too. I don't want to be that kind of person or come across that way. Well, that's what I was going to talk about. I've been thinking about, where am I going with this channel? What is my thing? Who am I? How am I different? You know, what kind of channel am I? Just a little self-reflecting kind of comments. And hang on. Yeah, well, obviously this vlogging style works for me because it's a way to sort of keep up with what I'm doing. It's informal, super easy to edit, and you know, so I think that's sort of a bit of a niche that I'm sort of falling into. I have dabbled in different other styles of videos, but sometimes the other styles can be a bit more time consuming with research and making sure what you're saying is correct information, you know, doing audio over the top, that sort of stuff. I really did enjoy making my what's your succulent personality type. That was a lot of fun for me. It took me a week, one bloody week to do it. It's mainly because of all the different photos I had to pull together and coordinate properly. This is a little crest, and it's definitely dehydrated, and it's a little bit sensitive to sun and stuff because it is little. Can you guess which one it is? It's a grim one. Adorable. I think that's quite good enough for sale either, so we'll just continue to grow that. Alright, that's one tray down. Let's grab another. Yes, this might surprise you. You know, on first glance you were like, oh my god, yeah, oh my god, but my oh my god is different. Like, oh my god, yours might be oh my god, mine's oh my god. Okay, I'm such a dag. If you're not an Aussie, dag is, well, how do you describe that? I don't know, it's just a way of saying I'm a loser, I guess. Oh, there is a, what the hell? It's dead, right? Oh, poor little guy. What happened? I wonder if that's systemics. Or, oh, hang on, maybe his head's missing. Is that a male? Yes, it is. I know that's a bit sick, I'm sorry. Some people will get a kick out of that, others I'm sure you're a bit grossed out by. Oh well, it's nice to know I got praying mantises. Where do I begin here? These really need a sprucing. Again, this was on the second shelf next to the tray I just had, but some of these are probably quite pretty in there and they need some serious attention. And I've been sort of walking by them going, just shaking my head going, you got to go help them out. Hang on, just trying to make this work a bit more conducive. Let's get rid of that tray. You guys still seeing? Yeah, I guess so. Ah, oh, these are also dehydrated. Poor little babies. It's quite sad. This is definitely not at the right level. What I'm going to do is, I think there's still a bit of rain forecasted. I'm either going to just, I should repot some of these. I just can't be bothered, to be honest. I'll just see what I can do with some water. Anyway, it's going to rain later, so I might just leave them out in the open. I think I should take that off though. Leave them out in the open and see if the rain can do its work for me. Or otherwise I'll come over, get the hose on them. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, I was talking about where my channel is going. I'll come back to that. This is more of a waffly kind of conversation. Because I'm trying to anticipate what you guys are thinking. And I think you'll be wondering, how the hell did she get so many violet queens? I don't care if they're dehydrated, I want that many. That's what I think some of you are thinking. Well, I'm really revealing all my little stuffs on this channel. So it works like this. Some of them have grown and some of them I have bought. Kind of like buying plug stock, but not really. So I have mentioned periodically I have a grower friend and I buy them from him. Well, I've bought plants from him. First of all, I started buying them from him just for my own personal collection, and then I started buying some of his young stock and growing them a little bit and reselling them. So he sells them to me at a very good price, I must say, because I don't just buy like 5 to 20 of them. I come in and I drop $500 on him and I stock up on some stuff, and it's really to help, well, initially it was to help complement my own personal propagation. So when I did sell, I had more variety, and it also helps him out, especially last year when we were in lockdowns. His business was seriously impacted. I'm not going to reveal his name or details because that's my secret business, and maybe only to some of you special people. Well, might, but most of you would be irrelevant because you don't live around here anyway. He lives coastal and rural. I'm on the edge of Greater Melbourne, so I'm close to the west coast, which is where Bells Beach and Torquay is and that sort of stuff, in that direction. But he lives a little bit more inland. Anyway, he hits a lot of the rural farmers markets selling plants, not just succulents. He actually makes a really good living selling. This one looks pretty good. It's quite firm too, so it'll be a good candidate to sell. He makes his bread and butter off herbs and, you know, tomato plants, that sort of stuff, because I guess they grow a lot quicker and it's just more his forte. And then he has other types of plants too, but succulents are actually a smaller portion of what he does. And so he couldn't hit the markets as well. So and I just fessed up with him and said, you know, I'd like to sell them online. Obviously I have to do a markup to make it worth my while, because it's a lot of messing around, taking photos, talking to people online, posting, sending them out, that sort of stuff. For him, he's just happy to turn over bulk really quickly for a couple of bucks. So, you know, who's the one doing it smart, him or me? I suspect he is, because he just, you know, grows them and off they go for a couple of dollars. And he just has to pay his rental for the markets. It's less fuss, is what I'm trying to say. The way I do it is I'll get a little bit more per plant, but there's a lot of effing around, if you know what I mean. But I don't often buy from him as much as I have in the past, because I don't really need to, because I'm getting my own propagation happening. But he is a good resource for me. Gee, that looks really sad. Yeah, so I can tell already only a couple of these are going to be worth posting pictures and selling to get a decent price. I could sell them on the cheap for the condition they are. I don't know. I think just to break into my selling groove again, I will just hand select maybe up to 50 different plants first, because pots, I should say pots. It sounds like a lot probably, but it's not. Like how many is in this tray? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 slots. So 3 trays like this, you're pretty much there, aren't you, with 60 pots. But in the past I have selected up to 200, 250 pots, and it's pretty full on, just keeping track of them all, who's ordered what and so forth for me anyway. So I'm going to ease my way into it, just get a few of these, but really these pots just need some TLC for now. I could do some better TLC, like, you know, changing soil and fertilizing and all that good stuff. But I just don't want to get bogged down with all that right now. All I want to do is have a look at them, get some dry leaves off and give them a good water, and then see. And we are coming into that season for Violet Queens, when it cools down, that the colours just go so pretty. You know, we've just come out of summer. Summer is not a good season for them. It's for colour and hydration and all that stuff. Yeah, so back to where my channel's going. I don't know, I definitely know I've got a different groove happening. I think I'm in good company as far as Australian channels. I think there's some really, really good Australian channels out there putting out some content, but we're in different places, except for Chuck. Chuck was in the same state as me. I really miss you, Chuck. Come back. Yeah, so as you know, I'm putting my face on camera kind of channel, only on those rare occasions. And then, you know, obviously ID and stuff is not my forte either, is it? You know, I can't even pronounce half of these Spanish or Latin names. So I think for me, I just trying to just be myself. You know, as far as succulent addicts, let's see, there's one mealy there. As far as succulent people, addicts, whatever you want to call us, you know, there's the newbies we fondly take under our wing, and we all enjoy helping them understand stuff about growing them. And then there's the super informed, super experienced, and the intermediates. I think I'm an intermediate, a high intermediate. Like, you know, I've been seriously growing for a good couple of years, but I'm still learning. I'm forever evolving now, which makes me think that God, this is so dehydrated. So coming back to the channel, like, I'm just, you know, vlogging what I'm doing, but what's really fun, I might just put a bit more soil in that. Hold on. Just bent in under the table where my tray of soil is. It's becoming very interactive, this channel. Like, you know, I'm humble enough to ask for help on stuff that I don't know, and humble enough to recognise that a lot of I'm not the be all and end all as far as information, and I know there's many out there who are really knowledgeable, and that just might be you listening. And so, you know, I don't mind asking for help here, as I have. And you know, you guys have thought about things that I hadn't thought about. Like, Was it you, Penny? I think it was Penny Lane. She said maybe my pink crystal was warming and up the sunlight, reflecting the sunlight onto my succulents, and could have been why I got some sun damage. And that is a really good point. Never thought about that, and so it really gave me something to ponder and think about. And then, you know, some of the things that are just come up give me inspiration as to what to make another video about. I had a little interruption then, so nearly done with these. So yeah, I was just talking about this channel and where I'm going with this. I'm definitely going to keep this up. I think I found my groove when I look at as far as being comfortable, just yibba yabbing. I think when I first started making videos, I mean looking back on some of my earlier videos, actually I can't even look back at them, honestly I can't. The cringe factor is massive for me, and sometimes some of them are still getting some really good views, which just confounds me, honestly it does, in a really nice way. But sometimes people comment on them and I don't recall what had happened in that video, and I don't really want to play it back to figure out what they're talking about. What I'm waffling on about is I'm starting to feel this is like an interactive place to come, because you know, I feed off you guys is what I'm trying to say. You inspire me to my next videos and subjects, and where I'm leading I've sort of led that way because of the viewership and the comments. So I'm just trying to say thank you, and I love it like that. That's what I've been contemplating. Right, we're nearly done with this tray, and this baby here, I might take that. Next gen. Just a few more leaves and we're done with this tray. God, I really want to get some water on these ASAP. This needs more soil too. I should have top dressed them as well, but sometimes I just don't want to waste it. Let's just keep that one going. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so none of those in my mind. First of all, look, there's all my leaves. That's a lot. Just put that back in. Yeah. Oh, my next door is Succulent again. So I don't think any of these are good enough to sell yet. We'll find out after I hydrate them. Oh, before I move on, I forgot to show you a couple of videos ago, this Francisco Baldi I sprayed with, I said it wrong last time, Confidor, and then systemic insect spray, and I had sprayed it in the middle. Sorry, it's just pausing while Pidgeon was walking across my roof. Yeah, so I sprayed it in the middle and left it, and it had a little bit of a residue in the middle, and then I sprayed it again and left it out in the sun all day, and nothing's happened. And actual fact, that residue that was there the first time is gone, so it must have still been wet when I looked at it the second time. So that gives me confidence that this stuff is okay to spray on farina in the middle if you've got some mealies in there, which by the way I didn't, I just did it as an experiment. And look, it's already thrown off fruits. Probably should pot that up and sell that too. Right, this is probably one of my better trays, and this was a top shelf tray. Look at the colours coming out on this. This is pretty good. This might be a good candidate, though I really want to make sure there's no mealies. Okay. Okay is for me. I'm okaying to myself. Because I'm thinking, just get rid of dry leaves. Stay focused, Susan. Don't get distracted. Oh, where's my... Oh, that looks pretty good too. Just, yes, still dehydrated. Yeah. Oh, bloody cord for my headphones. No, that's okay. That's okay. Oh. The colours on these are looking great. And this one feels good. Oh, this is a nice agavoides. This is the agavoides I have a lot of. I did the center point video on one of them. I've shown it a lot. Unfortunately, I can't get a correct ID on it, which disappoints me. I have tried. And this is, I got my original first one from my grower friend, and he doesn't know the ID on it. I don't like pulling leaves out that aren't completely exhausted, but I think this one needs it. Yeah, so if anyone recognizes it, it gets a lot of freckles. It gets really a vibrant pink tones. One day I might find out. So when I sell it, all I can sell it is agavoides species, which is just disappointing for me. There's an earwig. Get out, earwig. Disappointing for me and disappointing for the buyer too, I guess, when you don't know for sure. But its beauty does make up for it. It's very hardy and propagates really easily. Right, I don't know how much filming I'm going to do of me doing this. I'll just continue just a little bit more with you. And this is what's probably, these guys are what's causing a lot of problems. Slippery little effers. Just throw him on the grass for the birds to get him for lunch. How dare he get in my pot. Sometimes you see them underneath the pots too. It's another thing when you cram all your pots up close together, those things, snails and stuff, they hide amongst your pots. You don't even know they're there until they've taken a good munch out of them. I'm sure I could get another pesticide for it. Maybe even the systemics work with it, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't treated these since, I treated at the start of summer, and we're in the middle of autumn. So I think that's there. I think that's when they need a new top up. But I'm not that consistent. Sometimes I don't do it in the winter because, you know, I don't like it. I don't like using it. And mealies is more of a summer thing. Things seem to settle down for winter. Now, very pointy, sharp. So I think that's one of those chinchus. Oh, bloody hell, I don't know how to say it. I don't think it's a Linciana. I have a few Lincianas around. I killed one, but I propagated it, but I lost track of it. I am so bad at labeling things. See, there we go again. This is why it's good to go through your pots. Tiny little snail. Okay. He got crushed in my tweezers. What a... Oh well. This one here is the only one that I have in a propagation pot. This is for my friend Jessie. She has claimed it. She's buying that from me. She had a really big, beautiful one. Huge, biggest one I've seen. I mean, I've got some big ones, but hers went really big. She grows in the ground, so and she's very talented as well with her plants. But I think growing in the ground really got it supersized. Never gave her any pups. It was perfect though. Had no sunburn or anything, and it was just a big giant head. Anyway, yada yada. Something happened and it kaputted on her. She was devastated, and so she needs a substitute. So that is her substitute. But I've been keeping it top shelf because I want to keep it nice for her. This is an interesting one. It's the only one I've got like that. So I don't think I'll sell it. Actually, I should really put it in my collection somewhere so I can propagate off it. That's another one I got from my friend. So I'll pull that out. This might have caught someone's eye. This is a crest cutting. And we're all saying, well, what kind of crest? Yeah, good question. I think it's from one of my Douglas Huth pots. See, that's where I get into a conundrum because I know somebody might like to buy this, and I don't know what exactly it is. I can't recall. I'm pretty sure that's what it is because I don't have a lot of other crests around, but sometimes too much going on for me to slow down and label. Really, I don't know, I should just try and get into a better habit of that because I keep shooting myself in the foot as I get to this point going, anyway, I'm pretty confident, 90% confident that's what it is. And if I sell it, I'll just let them know that I'm not 100% sure. I've got to get better at that. This is definitely a Douglas Huff. That one's pretty good. That one's pretty healthy too. White roses. I have a big giant white rose growing out in my front garden, and it throws off lots of pups all the time. It's a little bit prone to mealy, so I gave these a good treating. This one's looking quite pretty. So that one will probably be up for sale. And here's another one. What's going on here? It just looks like two separate heads growing together. No mealy, so it's good. Sometimes when you get the mealies in the center points, depending on the succulent, you can get them out kind of easy. But those ones with farina do add to another challenge. Even though I just showed you that spray works, it doesn't seem to mark farina. I'm still not willing to try it on this. I don't know. Obviously I've cut out the center point in that one, so we'll just let it do its thing. That one I'll hold on to. Yeah, okay, I'll just get the last ones out and have a look at them. I've got more of these white roses around. Another one I cut out the mealy damage. Looks okay too. So even though some of these ones here particularly showing a little signs of dehydration, most of these look pretty good. Did I not just check these a second ago? Have a look at what we got here. Mexican giant. That look good. Happy enough. I'll probably sell that one. That's another white rose. Yeah, that one's okay. So I don't sell them all at the same prices. Like all those, if I was to sell a couple of these white roses, I wouldn't put them as a straight whatever. Just pick a random number, $9 each. Like maybe the nice one I might do $9, and then maybe if I feel like selling something that doesn't look so nice, I might sell it for $6. You know, I work it out like that, purely based on how good it is in that moment in time. These are looking good. I know the name, I just don't want to say it out loud. I'm sure you do too. I've got a feeling when I edit I won't put all the names in the titles, handwrite them in. Just slow me down a little bit with the editing. This one is a sedum. This one I'm pretty sure is a golden glow, and it's got quite a nice uniformed growing distance between every leaf. It's not elongated, so that's a nice one. So I'd probably charge a little bit more on that because of that. That's how I like to value. I value them. What I sell them at is what I feel they're worth, if that makes sense. And I'm not unreasonable. I don't think I'm greedy either. I don't ask for exorbitant. Is that how you say it? I don't think so. I don't ask for really high prices. I just ask for fair prices. This was a second shelf, and I think it shows because they look a little dry and dehydrated as well. This is that same Agavoides. These are just smaller ones, so just some offsets. That feels a little dehydrated too. That one feels good. Feels alright. What's this caca? Something not good is happening there. I might pull that out. Small little pups. The same one. You can see how intense this colour can get, right? Far out. I'd love to know its real ID. It may even just be an unknown hybrid, because people have suggested things. I've looked at their photos and it's had similarities, but not exactly the same. And I'm so familiar with this one as far as the way it looks in different light and so forth. And I didn't recognise it. Like you can see, that's a really nice pink there. It's a little bit green on the inside. It's got its little freckly markings. And then this is the same. It's a bit more open, a bit more green. Same one. Right, try it. What else have we got here? So this really needs some hydration bad. So, as I said, the objective now is just hydrate my plants first before we even get into selling. Now, these ones here, some of you longer term viewers might have recognised it from the video I did. It was about crests or beheadings or something. So I had a big giant, this is a grim one again, I had a big giant beautiful, I won't call it giant, it was pretty large, but full was a better word, a grim one crest, and it was just so dense that it got rot, and not surprising, there was no way the water was getting anywhere to the roots properly. So I chopped it all up, and I sold a lot of them, and these are a few last pieces that I still have off it. I think in my other recent vlog where I showed you some sunburnt ones, I showed you a crest as well. It disappointed me that I'd sunburnted it. I love saying it like that. I know it's not the correct way to say it, just in case you didn't know. Anyway, that was one of these as well. This pot might have a few separate pieces I put together. Oh God, look at this. I'm actually really looking forward to clearing out some stuff, to be honest. These babies are ready to vamoose, beat it, get a new home. You know, that's got a bit of rot. Have a better look at that one later. Yeah, it's like the find the coop. They're ready. Get your wings. Time to go. No, that's kind of mean. No, actually, I do get very attached to some of them. Some of them, I'm like, I can't sell you. I love you. I've invested a lot of my love into it, and so sometimes I decide to keep a piece. I could keep putting it in the pile, in the tray to sell, and I keep pulling it out. So then I know I've got an emotional attachment to it, and some of them I hold on to. And then some of them I just got to tell myself, listen, you can't keep everything, and you've got some of that, Susan, so why do you need more? Because I love it. That's this kind of internal dialogue that I have, and it's mine. Yes, but you know, give someone else a chance to love it. Okay. That's usually what goes on, something like that inside my brain. But I think the more and more I grow, the less and less emotional attachment I have to things. It's got a bit of rot too. Good stuff. That means I'm going to have to chop that up too. The other day when I was talking about acclimatizing, I should acclimatize my rookie error, my little pots into the more sunnier spot. It occurred to me somebody might be wondering, well, what should you have done differently? Well, maybe if I just held off a week. I think I was jumping the gun a little bit. I think I was just so over all the shade cloth everywhere. I just wanted to put things right in my mind, like back where they belong. And I did do it on some of the days. I threw a piece of shade cloth over them in the afternoon, but obviously there were some days where I didn't, and that's where the damage got done. So I guess acclimatizing them would be just move them into something a little bit more light and then keep moving. But who's got time for that sort of stuff? I mean, you guys are probably starting to figure out I don't work full time. I don't want to elaborate into that situation, but I am here daily and I'm grateful that I have the time to look after them. But when I was working full time, I couldn't do all this stuff that I'm doing now with them. Like, no. So I understand that. I understand I've got more time than the average person. But in the ideal perfect world, that's what I should have done. Just kept putting some shade cloth on them on the afternoons. But I'm big on the treat 'em mean, keep 'em keen kind of thing. This is what I love about succulents. They're so resilient. It can be just hanging in there with one leaf or something, and they can really surprise the hell out of you for their will to live. And there's another little crest. This looks a bit sad too. Yeah, and so back to the will to live thing. Let's see how different these few trays I've been working on will be in a couple of days with some really good water. So there's those trays we've worked on together, except for another tray, this one here. I just did that off camera. So I'm going to water those in a minute, but just quickly. So this is the tray you guys saw, those ones. And so that's more of them. And look how pale the colour is, right? It's nearly like a lime green, tinges of pink markings, or margins I should say. And then here are the same. And see, these are more green and without much pink margins. I'll insert the name somewhere along here. There's the other pot. So as I was saying before, I really need to get some of these heads out. They look lovely like that, but it's time, they're crowded. So every couple of months I pull them all out, and I just leave 2 or 3, and then all the stuff that I pull out I sell and start again. It was really amazing how quickly this one filled up. So with my shade house, those empty shelves there, that's where those trays came from, I should say. And now, see, there's guttering. So these are not getting a lot of water. I need to come in here and water these. Aeoniums are probably going to start animating again. They've just been stagnant sitting there, so I've got to water those. I can't pull out trays as easy as the other trays because a lot of them here are just single pots. I'll go through those with you guys another time. I really want, and I've got to water those trays we were just talking about. Here's some more propagation stuff. Not today. And I need to water these. So where's my hose? let's see how clever I am if I can actually water and film at the same time. I want to try and just water underneath them to not getting too much of the top of the plant. So I don't want to saturate the top. If there is a bit of sun coming in and out, I get paranoid about sun and water. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm really just going to take my time and try and get into the soil. Whoops. Yeah, and so I'd be interested to see. I'm going to do this a couple of times, really try and hydrate them. Where am I going to sell them? I'm going to sell them on my Facebook page. I just do a post there. Don't ask me when, I don't know, when I'm ready. I just want to, you know, like I said, I've got to do a little bit of work on them first before I even select any. These white roses are really quite beautiful. So much for not getting them inside the rosettes. I'm sure a watering can or something would be good too, but I don't do it that way. These are some nice crests. They might be a bit big to sell now. You have to be mindful of the weight and size when you're posting. So, oh, I just might have to keep them. These crests here are nice. Sorry. It's just some random bits of this, bits of that. I think really exciting. I don't have a lot of the expensive fancy ones to sell. That's because I don't have a lot of expensive fancy ones in my collection. I've got a few, some interesting ones, but not where I've got them to the level where they're ready to propagate. These topsy-turvies definitely do better in winter, I find. I've kind of watered them too much. They've been getting rain, those little pots there. And then this tray, nothing exciting in there, but they're dehydrated as well. That's a sad section, very sad section. Oh, the hose nozzle's a bit broken. I've got to get another one. Should just invest in a whole better hose system, I think. Right, what else? I'll give you guys a bit of a squirt. Just got baldies, just off little random weed cuttings. I've actually centre pinched a lot of them just for fun. Why not? You can probably see behind there's a couple of pallets on the other side of this with even more little plantlets. They're not really anything spectacular to look at though. I was just watering those. Oh. Right, I've given them another good dose of water, and just quickly I'll get my little blowgun. It's a little number, and it's attached to my battery charger, so let's turn that on, and I will blow out the excess water and just leave them here. So just, it's a bit humbug, but I don't want water sitting inside them. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly go through them and blow out the water. So it's a couple of hours later, it's close to dinner time, and I have watered them a few times now, got out the excess water, and I swear they look a lot better already without all that dry stuff in there, and you know, a little bit of a watering. So I'll do it again tomorrow. I'll probably be careful with these crested ones because, oops, too much water near the stem is not good for them. Yeah, and tomorrow I'll be back and I'll pull out some of this stuff, and I've worked out a way to get my camera frame going so I can free up my hands. There's some pretty ones there, some nice flapjacks. There's a few hidden gems in here, so I want to start with those and see where that leads me. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Long video, sincerely sorry, but I know some of you really like those. Okay, bye. I wanted to sincerely thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you liked it and subscribed to my channel. Also, you can find me as S's for Succulents on my Instagram and Facebook page, where I post daily photos with tips and information. So come and hang out with me there. It's a great place to chat and connect. Thank you.